Hello, my name is Barbara Brewster. In 2003, Arizona rescinded all of its past calls for a constitutional convention. What has made our U.S. Constitution extra fabulous is because of the separation of powers. William Gladstone, former Prime Minister of England, described the Constitution as the most wonderful work ever struck off at a given time by the brain and purpose of man. James Madison in Federalist 45 said, "Powers given to the federal government are few and defined. Those remaining to states are numerous and indefinite." Madison trembled over the fear of another convention, even during the founding era. George Washington warned that only a moral people can have liberty. The following quotes are from notable lawyers and judges warning against the Constitutional Convention. On May 8, 2015, Justice Scalia called it a horrible idea to hold a constitutional convention in the age of special interests. Gerald Gunther, professor of law, Stanford University, quote, "The fear that a constitutional convention could become a runaway convention and propose wholesale changes in our Constitution is by no means unfounded." Chief Justice Warren Burger said, "I have repeatedly given my opinion that there is no effective way to limit or muzzle the actions of a constitutional convention. The convention could make its own rules and set its own agenda. Congress might try to limit the convention to one amendment or to another issue, but there is no way to assure that the convention would obey. After a convention is convened, it will be too late to stop the convention if we don't like its agenda. The meeting in 1787 ignored the limit placed by the Confederated Congress for the sole and express purpose." I like Rex Lee's quote, "The only relevant precedent would indicate that the convention could not be so limited. Anyone who purports to express a definitive view on this subject is either deluded or deluding." Judge Robert Bork, "A constitutional convention could not be limited to a single issue, even if Congress could specify that a convention was called as to a single issue. That limitation could seem unenforceable." Professor Christopher Brown from the University of Maryland School of Law, "In my view, the plurality of amendments opens the door to constitutional change far beyond merely requiring a balanced federal budget. To illustrate the point, the foregoing lawyers and judges declared, Hawaii had a resolution that passed the legislature in 2012 calling for Article 5 convention. All 5 issues are insider favorites. 1, this is what Hawaii wanted, to repeal or modify the Second Amendment. 2, to declare Obamacare constitutional. That's putting in a 900-page amendment. 3, an amendment to Article 1, Section 5 to prohibit the supermajority cloture requirement in the Senate. 4, to abolish the Electoral College. 5, to allow Senate confirmations and treaties to pass by a simple majority. You will notice that Hawaii didn't even refer to balancing the budget. Our Constitutional Convention advocates are sure we could limit the jurisdiction of a CONCON. Do you think they could expunge the Hawaiian delegation? Once called and convened, a convention can set its own rules.